Hi friends and welcome back to another video. Today it is day 46 on hashtag ASR 99 days data sync challenge, and today's topic is filling and dropping missing values in our pandas data frame. So first let's import our data frame. df, I'm storing it in a variable, and pd.read. I'm going to import a csv file and the file path. Now when I check for my data frame, here it is, and here you can see that I have a lot of missing values, and it is by default filled with NaN. And now I'm going to set my index to date. So df dot set index, and I'm going to pass my column date, and I'm going to make it permanently, so in place equals true. And yeah, now here is my data frame where my day column is my index. And now let's get on to it. So our first function is fill and name. With the help of our fill and name function, we can fill the values in our missing spots. So first, the value that our fill and name takes is the value that fills the null spots. So new data frame, and here I'm going to take my original data frame, that is df dot, and my function fill and name, and in which I want all to be replaced with 0, and so I'm passing the value 0. And now when I check for my new data frame, and here it is where the null values have been replaced with 0. But here you can see that it doesn't make any sense in the event column. So for that we can use a dictionary to particularly replace specific values on specific columns. So I'm going to create a variable rb, which is replace values, and in which I'm taking my first column, that is the temperature, and I want the temperature columns to be filled with zeros, and my wind speed column to be filled with zeros, and my event column to be filled with no event. And now let's use our fill na function. So df dot fill na, and in which I am passing my dictionary rb, and here we can see the difference. In event we have filled the values with no event, and in temperature and wind speed we have filled with 0, and also we can fill with 1 here, and here it is. And now, but still it doesn't make any sense, because at the first day, that is on 21st March, the temperature is 33, and on the next day it cannot be 0 for sure. So it can also affect our mean values, mean median values, and other statistical values while we are performing some analysis. And so we will carry out the same value on the previous day to the null values. So this might make some sense, and it will help us with analysis too. And so for that we will use another parameter, that is method, which comes with our fill na function. So df dot fill na, and in which I'm going to use my parameter method, and it takes two values, that is bfill and ffill. The bfill parameter helps us to fill the values of the succeeding column of our null values to it, and the ffill is forward fill, which helps us to fill the preceding values to fill into the null values. So I'm going to use the ffill first. When I use ffill, here we can see that at the position of null values, the preceding value, that is 33, has been filled to the null values. Here 26, and we have two zeros, but still we will end up with two 26s here. Here it is, and it goes that way. And when we choose bfill, and here we got them. And now let's look at our another function, that is interpolate. With the help of our interpolate function, we can come up with a better result. That is, first let's look our data frame, and here it is. And now let's use the interpolate function, that is df dot interpolate, and here they are. So what's the difference here? So we had a null value at 22nd March, and now it has been filled with the average between the preceding and the succeeding value of it. And here we had two null values here, that is on 24th and 25th March we had null values. Here it is. And now we have filled in with the equal spaces of each elements with equal intervals, that is 26, 27, 26, 27.33, 28.66 and 30. They all are in equal intervals, and this works in this way. But here, that is on 27th March, the 26th March has the temperature 30 and 28 as 24, and so we can see that after 2 days it is gradually decreasing, and so we have filled the values with taking the average, that is 30 and 24, which comes up to be 27, and we have filled in 27 here. And lastly, we are going to look at our another function, that is drop NA. So with the help of our drop NA function, we can drop the rows which have null values. So df dot drop NA, and here we ended up with the 0 result. That means each and every row of our data frame had some missing values. Let's check it out. Here 1 2 3 4 this is entirely a null value row, and yeah, we had every values as null values, and so we did not get any. And now let's look at another parameter in drop NA function, that is how. With the help of our how parameter, we can drop the values in which all the values are null values. So df dot drop NA, and in which the how parameter, and we will set it to all. And here we can see that the 24th March is missing, because on 24th March we have all the values as null values. And now lastly we are going to look at our threshold parameter, which is thresh. So the df dot drop NA, and here I will pass in the parameter thresh, and I will set it to 2. Oops. And I have set it to 2, and here we can see that every column has just one single dropping values. And now here we can see that we will definitely have at least 2 valid values in our data frame, and this is how thresh works. So if your data frame had at least 2 valid values, that is the limit of our data frame, we have set it to true, and now we will get only the values in which they have at least 2 or more valid values. If not, those rows will be dropped. And yeah, that's all for today in this video. And today in this video we looked at how to fill in the missing values and how to drop missing values with the help of our functions interpolate, fill NA and drop NA. Thanks for watching, and let's meet on day 47.